Hi, right. I'm back out at anchor in Portland Harbour. Having spent a couple of days sorting out the Genoa and doing a bit of shopping and what have you. So basically, I thought I'm just about slowly getting ready to have another go around, getting around Portland Bill. Currently, there's no wind whatsoever. It's supposed to go 3 to 4 from the southwest today. Currently there's nothing. It's quite cloudy. It was really misty earlier on, but it's starting to clear now. It was raining earlier on, but that's starting to clear up a little bit. It's not looking too bad at all. You can see the remains of the mist over there clearing. So I'm gonna give it an hour. I'm gonna give it an hour and shoot off, I think. Okay. Hello. Okay, I'm moving. So I've lifted the anchor, sorted everything out. I'm moving. The wind currently. Yeah, southwest. It's coming from the southwest, which is what the forecast said yesterday. I've got the forecast from last night. Didn't get the forecast this morning because I got up at 5:30, and the forecast is at 5:20, so I missed that. But it seems to be pretty much what was forecast. So, however, I have got the VHF on, and every 3 hours the Coast Guard give you an update on the inshore waters. So 5, 6, 7 up a state. So about midday, so about 11, 12 o'clock, we'll get one from the Coast Guard on the VHF. So that's not too bad. But
Southern Coast Guard, this is Yacht Jester, over.
It don't look too bad down that way, but when you look over here at Portland Bill, oh my God, that looks a bit grim. That's a low-lying cloud coming over Portland Bill, and it really is quite low-lying, but it seems to be quite limited. It's just, that doesn't seem too bad over there. There's that there, and that doesn't seem too bad over there. And it seems that there's a line of this darker cloud. I'm hoping that when I get out...
Yacht Jester, this is Southern Coast Guard, over.
Shut up, Yacht Jester.
Routine traffic, channel 73, over.
I'm hoping that when I get out of the harbour entrance, I'll kind of be heading out that way, away from this, before... It'll be a few hours before I have to point in the direction of where this low-lying cloud is coming from, and hopefully it'll have cleared by then, slowly have cleared by then. Also, I think it looks worse because it's going over Portland Bill, so at sea level, yes, it is affecting visibility slightly, but it's not making it like full-on fog. So we'll go with the flow and see what happens. Right, I'm out by the East Shambles now. Just finally it did take the 2 hours. It took the 2 hours to get out here. We've been moving at about 3.7 knots. So the currently the visibility is pretty shit. There's the Shambles there. As you can see, over there, it's Portland Bill, and you can't see it at all, and that's like a bloody great mountain of a thing. So, and then behind me, it actually gets a bit darker. I don't know if it shows up on the video, but effectively, we've got about a mile's visibility. So I've currently got the radar. I've currently got the radar and the AIS warning on, both of which have picked up boats as we go along. So the radar picks it up first, but then you have to go downstairs to. I haven't got the radar alarm on, but you have to go and have a look. But that'll pick shit up at about sort of 5 or 6 miles out, and then the AIS has got the alarm set for 1 mile off, which is the visibility. So it's when the alarm goes off, you can nip and have a look where a thing is, and you can start to try and spot it. Which there has been 4 or 5 boats just coming in here now, just coming out here now in the last 2 hours. So, but anyway, wind wise, basically we've got nothing at all. It's forecast 3 to 4, force 3 to 4, which would be you know, I don't know, 10, 14 knots, 10, 12, 14 knots, something like that. But we've got 5 or 6 knots, 4 to 6 knots of wind, which isn't enough to push us at all. But as of this moment, the tide is now with us going towards Dartmouth, which is like over there. I can't well, I can motor directly in that direction actually for a while until the wind picks up. I can try that, I think. So that's what I'm going to do for an hour or 2 and see what happens. That's the alarm going off, hang on.
Support staff.
Right, this is fucking nuts, right? The forecast was for 3 to 4. From 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the evening, there was like less than 5 knots of wind, and then literally in 30 seconds, this happened. Literally in 30 seconds. It came from fucking nowhere. There's no time to reef. So I've got a full mainsail up, which I just didn't have. There was no warning. It just started to spit with rain. And then I went downstairs to get something to eat at 5 o'clock. I literally stepped downstairs and then stepped back up again, and it was like this. Luckily, the hydrovane is doing its thing, and it's steering the boat. I've got the tiller. Look where the tiller is lashed over. See how strong the wind is? It's like really lashed over to one side. But effectively, the hydrovane is doing its job, and we're making a course of about 2:30. We're making a course of about 2:30. We need to be making 2:60 to Dartmouth, but there's nothing much I can do about this. It's just hang on. There's no way I can get up in this and stick a reef in. Fuck that. I'm just gonna ride this out. And if it gets a bit much, then I'll just heave to. Right, so fucking hell. I've given up on Hove 2 because this is ridiculous. So I don't know. If it shows up particularly well, I don't know. But basically I've sailed in higher winds than this and what have you, but it's the direction that they're coming in. They're smacking the boat right on the side, so I think discretion is the better part of valour, and I've just hove to, and I've looked on the chart plotter, and it looks to me like all of these people have hove to as well, pretty much. I've got to keep an eye on this chap here, but I think he's a massive fisheries vessel. Oh God, fuck. Shit. Which I think I saw out there, but he'll hold. Oh, there he is. Yeah, right behind me, I think. You can see in the distance. There's a big ship. Yeah, fucking boys and shit in there. So this is ridiculous. This is full on fucking ridiculous, and this would very definitely have warranted a strong winds warning, which there wasn't one for this area. No strong winds warning for this area at all. So all I can do now, I think, is sit here and hope that it blows over, and that I can continue on my way after this is. I hope it's not going to do this all night and all tomorrow. And that's me just bobbing around in Lyme Bay, really. It's fucking incredible. The whole way down the channel's been like this. This is not summer weather. If you don't believe in the what's it called, the climate change, you fucking should, because this ain't normal. Right. Oh, they're heading the wrong way. Right, okay. So that fucking those strong winds lasted 3 fucking hours, and I had to hove to for that period of time. They've died off now, and now we're back to about 6 knots of wind, but we've lost the tide. So the tide, I was making 5.5 knots, 5.8 knots even towards Dartmouth. It's about 10 to 9. Ooh. 10 to 9 at night now, so it's about to get dark. I've lost the tide, there's fuck all wind, and I'm making about 1.6 knots, I think. 1.8 knots towards my destination. So basically I'm out here for fucking all night and half tomorrow morning. So it is, I've got 5 hours before the tide turns in my favour again. So basically I think that I'm going to motor slowly towards Dartmouth. What the hell is rolling around? Yeah, I'm gonna motor slowly towards Dartmouth. So like I was all morning basically. So it's all or fucking nothing at the minute. All or nothing. It's like no wind whatsoever, or more than you can handle, and then you have to like hove to and wait it out, and then nothing again. And it's I'm soaked to the skin, I'm freezing, and it's pissing with rain, basically. So it's a bit shit. So I'm going to leave the sail up to give us whatever. Oh, I've got rid of the mainsail as soon as I was able to, just in case that happens again. I don't want to be caught with that fucking hell big mainsail up, because I can get rid of the Genoa from the cockpit without having to go and mess around on the foredeck, so which is a lot safer. So I'm unfortunately that weather as it passed over has left the most appalling swell. So we're going all over the shop. But we are heading generally, but extremely slowly, in the right direction. So fuck knows what time we'll turn up tomorrow. Probably sometime tomorrow afternoon by the scene of this. So anyway, that's me for the night. If it stops raining, I think I'm gonna take the opportunity to strip off and put some dry clothes on. But it's kind of no point when it's pissing down like this. Right, it's 4:45 in the morning. It's 4:45 in the morning. Oh fuck. And 4:45 in the morning. I spent a wonderful freezing cold, soaking wet night motoring across what's the fucking radio? Motoring across Lyme Bay, which has been just fantastic. It was freezing between 2 and 4, but not too bad because I'm soaking wet. I did manage to change some clothes. I'm glad I did. And then every hour and a half, 2 hours, I kind of stopped and went down below, warmed my gloves up on the engine, the lid of the engine compartment, and dried myself because it's been like on and off raining all night as well. So it's been a bit of a tiresome, miserable journey. However, apart from the gale, which I had to heave to into for 3 hours, within an hour or so of the gale finishing, the wind dropped completely, so it's been on the engine all the way across. So there is actually some wind now. It's just picked up a bit now, but there's no point because I'm just coming into Dartmouth now. So this gloomy shoreline, is sunny Devon, and in fact the entrance to the River Dart. So that is about I've still got 2.5 miles to go to get from where I am now into the river entrance proper, pick up the pilotage to the red and green buoys, and then I'm pilotage up the river. I'm going to go and find somewhere. Probably find somewhere to anchor. Depends. I don't know. See what it looks like when I get in there. So anyway, that's what we're up to at the minute. And what did I say? 7:45? It's 7:45 now. What time did I leave? I left at 10 o'clock yesterday. So I reckon it will have been 24 hours, and just a properly miserable journey. This one, this is like just hard work. So I'm glad I've got that crossing of this bay out of the way because it's a big one. Right, so I've cleared this cardinal off these big lumps of rock here. I've entered the realm of rocks now. We haven't really had to worry about rocks until... let me turn the radio on.
BBC reported the historic moment 20 years ago when the British colony of Hong Kong.
Shut up. Now, it's quite a rocky shore now, which we haven't had until here. really some rocks now into Cornwall, and then that's the entrance to the River Dart. It's two castles, and I'm going over here picking up the pilotage, voyage. It all looks a bit grim. I may treat myself to a potted cream tea, or I may treat myself to a hot water bottle and a pint of whiskey. This is sounding better, frankly. So I'm hoping the weather clears up though, because this is a wonderful part of the world, to be honest with you. I've just made this in time as well, because I've upped the revs to 2,500 and I'm only making 3 knots, so the tide has turned against me. So I've just made it. If I'd have still been even just 5 miles out, I would have been down to 2.5 knots, and it would have been, that last 5 miles would have been 2 hours to make, which is just not what you want. So I've kind of just done this by the skin of my teeth, even though it was slowed right down now. Never mind. As soon as I'm into the river, past those castles, I doubt very much it'll make much difference. Right, I've made it to Dartmouth, and I've run up the river to a village called Dittisham, because there's an anchorage there, so I can stay there for free and just sleep and get my shit together. Everything is utter chaos. There's a big pile of soaking wet clothes that I've been wearing, and the stuff I changed out of. My sailing kit's outside still, because I don't want to bring it in because it's soaking. I've put it under the spray hood. I'm going to sort that out. And then, yeah, everything is, it's chaos, right? Because basically, I suppose, well, now I've just had breakfast as well. So I'm going to just tidy up a little bit and then crash. But check out where I am. It's still raining a little bit and it's still a bit grim. But actually, there are worse spots in the world. That house is called the Anchor Stone. So that's where I was looking for it on the way up. I wasn't sure what it would look like. But yeah. So effectively, this is where I'm going to be at least for 24 hours, I would have thought.